Hey book friends, did I just downgrade your title? Welcome book besties. So I'm spilling my tea. I'm gonna put this down, it's hard to stand and hold tea. But originally I was just gonna do romance books in general, but then I was like, oh, why not make it a bit more special and make it black romances? I realized every book in this lineup was like my highly anticipated black romance read, not like the new releases because I haven't purchased any of those yet. I think this should be like only reading highly anticipated black romance reads. I've got some of the books here with me, and then some of the books are on my Kindles. Firstly, we have The Neighbor Favor. I have Can't Get Enough by Mrs. Kennedy Ryan, Get a Life Chloe Brown by Talia Hilbert. The other ones that I don't have was Capone, which is another one that was in my 10 before the end. It's urban romance. I have no idea what it's about and I don't care. I read the prologue of that book. I was left like at the end of it, like I couldn't close my mouth. I was thinking, I didn't just read that. I didn't just read that by myself in my bed right now. I need to capture this moment with you guys because I can't believe what I've just read. And then yeah, and I just never picked the book back up. Oh, my other anticipated reads was, I think it's Sweet Little Hearts. That is, let me tell you right now, that is a highly anticipated read for me because firstly, her writing, A1. Secondly, the characters in the second book, because I didn't really care for the ones in the first book, but I still rated that 4 stars. But the characters in the second book feel more like the ones that I'm gonna like. Okay, so guys, the first one we're gonna start with is The Neighbor Favor. As soon as I got into reading, I wanted to read this book, but I don't know what happened. I feel like I had too much like anticipation built up around it, so I kept avoiding it. I was gonna avoid it again, by the way, because outside it's literally snowing and it's cold, and I keep thinking there's other reads that are gonna match this vibe a lot more, but I think I'm in the mood for it. I've actually read a couple pages in and I've removed the bookmark, so I can't remember what page I got to. I'm still in this emailing section, so they have a prologue that goes on for like this many pages, and then we have a section called part 1, the emails. You basically get that much of back and forth emails before they hit real life. I haven't got through all the emails yet, but all I was thinking while I was reading it was, girl, you are oversharing. I don't really like to judge that early in on a book. I like to like get into the meat of the story a little bit, and then I'll decide whether or not I feel like it just doesn't make no sense. So far I haven't got very much to say because again, I'm probably like 30 pages in, so can't really say anything yet, but I just thought I'll share what I know. I'm going to wash my hair, and I found the audiobook was available on at my library. So I'm gonna put this on and go wash my hair. Next day. So I left you guys yesterday. Obviously I went into the shower to wash my hair, and then after I came out of the shower I did film and give you guys a little bit of an update on like my thoughts on the book. I look back at the footage, I don't like how I look. I'm not trying to share that footage with you guys, so I'm sorry. I'm hoping Editing Felicia don't decide she needs to do some sort of like exposure therapy and post it anyway. But The Neighbor Favor, when I came out the shower, it was at the point where everything was going well. It was great. And like what I really like is how like the book, it says friends to lovers, but it's actually strangers to friends to lovers. Like you get to be a part of them like becoming friends in the emailing section, and it was so cute. I was like, this is so sweet. I was like, why is it feeling so like different? I was like, it's because I'm literally in the process of you guys going from strangers into like talking, into like oversharing, and to like becoming good friends. And like I got really invested in them. I got really invested in their friendship, and then out of nowhere, you know what this guy decides to do? I mean, you already know this plot of the story. He disappeared. Well, he had I don't want to tell you what happened, but like basically, yeah, he ghosted her. He built this whole friendship. I got to be involved in this friendship. I felt like these were my people, and then he just disappeared off the planet for whatever reason. So I'm annoyed at him. Because what do you mean? We're going to continue reading. Lily's going on with her life. Slap the audiobook on and finish putting in the rest of my mini twists because I didn't get through all of them. And I will update you girlies later on the book. Okay, so girlies, I am on chapter... Oh, I can't see past this. I'm on chapter 20 in The Neighbor Favor. However, I can't read this book. Wait, can you put the book back here for mommy? I don't want to lose the page.
I want it back.
But anyway, I'll give it to you in a minute. Let me get another bookmark. But anyway, I'm on chapter 20 of The Neighbor Favor. However, it's getting late, so I can't read that book at bedtime because I don't have it on my Kindle. So I'm going to actually start The Last Man on Earth. But first, I'm going to read Princess's book and get her to bed. And then I'm going to start this book tonight. So I'm very excited. This is like a survival romance that my book club picked. Not my book club because I don't have one yet, but like one that I joined. So yeah, we're going to get into that. Then I'm going to put Princess to bed because, you know, she's getting impatient. Princess is sleeping, but I had to come around here to tell you guys how much I hate this man. I hate him so much. Every time he opens his mouth, I just want to be like, he's so disrespectful. And I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to root for this couple when I hate the guy? Like, I hate him with a passion. Everything about him gives me the ick. Wait a second, I haven't told you guys anything about this book, have I? They're on a plane, the plane crashes basically. They haven't crashed yet, but she's the flight attendant and he's like this big boy rapper or whatever the hell he is. He's so cocky, it pisses me off so much. I can't stand his whole being. Every time he opens his mouth, I swear I just want to put my fist, oh, I just want to put my fist down his throat. Anyway, he gives me the ick. He was like, oh, why would I wear a belt on the plane when I don't even wear my seatbelt in the car? Ew. Sorry, bad man. Are you stupid? Are you supposed to be this big bad boy because you don't wear your belt in the car? That's so stupid. What am I reading? What am I actually reading? That's not even the worst part. That's just like the icky thing that he said. The worst part is like this, like the things that he says, like, let me just stop on the page that I'm on now. He's literally like just got mad at her about something in it, and then she's like, please let me know when you're ready for champagne or food. And he said, what I'm ready for is getting my dick wet. Respectfully, how much would it take for you to hike up that dress and ride my dick? Are you okay? Are you okay? He's sexually harassing her while she's at her job, and it's supposed to be funny. And he's like degrading her and all, but oh, she's older than him, and he's like made comments on like, whether she's gonna be dry because of her age and whether or not he can sort that out. Like, I'm supposed to like this man. I hate him. I don't think there's anything this author could do to make me like him again. I can't picture it in my head for the life of me. Obviously, I'm gonna keep reading because I'm interested in the whole survival romance aspect of it, but I hate the guy. I hate him with a passion, and I hate the woman that is with them. Like, obviously she's an older woman, she takes his photos, but I can't stand her too because she literally gives me boy mom energy. You know how like boy moms would just be like, oh, he's fine, he's just being a boy. No, wrap your son up, even though it's not her son. Anyway, can't stand it. But I'm gonna stay around here and read a little bit more.
Been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months.
So I feel bad for him. Not enough to make me change my whole opinion on him. I still hate him, but I do feel bad for what he's just going through right now. Obviously the plane's crashed and I feel bad for what's happening, but I still hate him. I can tell you that for sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna go bed yet. I'm actually gonna keep reading a little bit more and then we'll see how far we get. I'm sorry. Plane crash in a random area. They're stranded. He literally just said he wants this woman almost as much as he wants to get off this island. His priorities? I feel like this man needs like a full factory reset, because what are you talking about? You're literally stranded and this is what your brain is thinking about? I'm calling it a day. I have to go to sleep now. I'm getting tired. It's getting late. This is cooking my brain. Yeah, we're gonna call it a day. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say, I really like Ariana or whatever her name is. I feel like she's so, like, her head is screwed on. The way her brain is thinking in these situations, my brain would just not be. I would have just been like, yeah, I would no help at all. My brain wouldn't have started clicking in until like 2 days after the effect. So I rate her for that. However, she's kind of annoying me because what do you mean you're attracted to this man? He's disrespectful AF, bro. It's been since I last updated you girls, but it's the evening, so I'm gonna have my little wine time now. I got some sleepy tea. It's very hot. I got my cozy dressing gown on. I've already read The Neighbor Favor. I'm so sorry I didn't take you guys along with me with the rest of the routine. I need to keep my voice down. So I've already read this book, and let me tell you guys, I love it so much. It started off so slow, by the way, so if you get into this, you're probably gonna be thinking, I don't understand the hype so far, it's kind of dry. You do need to push through. I don't want to tell you that. The email's going for a while too, but once you get into the book, it's so good. Like, literally, you see how this sky looks? That's how your chest feels when you read this book. It's just warm. You're giddy, you're happy, you're like smiling for characters, you're feeling sad for the characters. There's like sections in this book where I was literally kicking, and like, when I tell you the smile, that was me. When this little section happened, I literally just screamed. I'm so happy for her. It's slow burn as well, by the way, so nothing happens for pages. When I tell you, even when something happens, it's like nothing. You literally get to know the characters at the same speed as they're getting to know each other and watch it develop into what it develops into. I'm so happy with this read. I think I've yapped too much about it now, so anyway. Yeah, that needs to cool down a bit more. That's far too hot. On to, I got no nails, our current read. We're going to read The Last Man on Earth. Currently, what chapter are we on now? Chapter 38. A lot has happened. The best part of this book is,
sometimes I'll start a sentence and I don't even know where it's going. I just hope I find it along the way.
So sorry, I feel like I'm having like dementia, but all I can tell you right now though, what's holding me in this story is the plot. The idea of it being like a survival romance and like seeing them have to figure things out, and then also like wondering like, when is anyone actually gonna find these people? At the same time though, I don't think they've been there for that long. But give me a second guys, let me answer this phone call and then get into reading because I'm yapping too much now. goodness gracious me, guys. I can't even tell you. So, oh yeah, where's the, oh, I was gonna say, where's my phone? Because I need to see what the group chat's saying. Yeah, no, I need to see what the girlies are saying about that, because that's crazy. Oh, am I exposing myself? I'm watching this footage back and I didn't wrap up my thoughts on this book. So basically, I ended up rating this book like 3 stars purely because of the characters. Unfortunately, they didn't do it for me. I felt like the romance was it was a tad bit flat. I feel like because I hated the guy, there was nothing he could really do to make me turn my mind around. Like, even though his character growth was like surreal in the book, like he literally changed up and turned into a whole nother human being, it didn't convince me. I think I hold grudges. I can't forget what he was like before. But maybe if I was on the island with him, maybe things would have been different. But then it gives me Stockholm syndrome at that point. Not Stockholm syndrome because he didn't kidnap her or anything, but like trauma bonding, basically. That's what it is. I do recommend it though. It's interesting. I've never read a survival romance, so if you haven't, I think you'd like that aspect of it. Also, it's very fast paced, very quick, and there's a lot of things happening obviously while they're there. I actually like the book, so which is why I'm like really towing the line. If I give it a few like months or so and I'm still thinking about this plot, then I might have to bump it up. But for now, based on the characters, it's a 3 star. Maybe I'll do 3.5. He will get heavily rage baited at the beginning. He's a terrible guy. Character development is there. I'm all over the place, which is exactly why it's 3 or 3.5 stars. Basically, it's one of those books. It fits right in the middle. I can't decide on what I want to rate it. Yeah, that was my thoughts on that one. So it's time to start another book. I'm in the mood for something a little bit more deep, and we're gonna start Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. This has been on my TBR for so long. Hendrix is one of my favorite characters from the books. Like, I liked her energy. She seemed really fun and her job seemed really interesting, so I'm happy to jump into it in this book. I also know this is going to be more deep and difficult because her mom's dealing with dementia, which I'm actually in the mood for like something a bit more difficult. I don't know why. I'm just in the mood for something a bit more deep. The only thing I'm worried about is that I've heard the way she finds love in this book is like people were annoyed that it had to be so complicated. I don't know what that means. I haven't read it yet. I'm obviously going to go in here and see if I agree, but I don't mind, because I feel like I'm mentally prepared for that, so I'm very excited to get into it. I ain't going into this book dry. I needed liquid. I need something to drink. Okay, got our coffee. I kind of accidentally overdid it with the cinnamon. While I was making my coffee, I was listening to the sample for the audiobook, because I always do that. Whenever I get into a book, I like to listen to the full preview sample before getting into reading. In the case of this book, it didn't have any of the prologue in it. It was basically just the author's note. And every time I listen to Kennedy Ryan's author's note, it reminds me of how much work this woman puts in. So let's just give her a quick round of applause. She doesn't just write a story for Bants. She doesn't sit down and just make up stories. She really does her research, and it really reflects capturing someone's real experience. And I feel like that's why when you read these books, they feel like actual human beings, like not just like this made up story of like these people that are having little problems. Like, it feels like somebody's actual life. I love this quote: "A girl is free if she lives by her own standards and creates her own destiny." Let's get into the prologue. From that prologue alone, this book is going to be painful. That experience with her mom and the dementia, already devastating. It's going to be so... I feel like it's going to be so painful to keep going. Like, what do you mean that was a prologue? Dementia is horrific. Oh my god, I don't remember the other books being like this. Okay, so I have the first 2 books in the series, and I'm like, I'm not going to read it, but I just want to quickly flick through the prologue and remember like how they started. Yeah, no, see, this one started off with Judah, and basically you get an idea of his situation with his ex-wife. And this one, I actually remember this one. This one started off with like, this one starts off with one of their characters having a cold and the other one nursing them. Like, these 2 weren't that heavy. This one is, yeah, I get why everyone keeps saying it's like it's really difficult, because wow, the prologue has already finished me and I feel horrendous. Okay, so we've met the guy now. This had those eyes rest on me in an unwavering stare that might discern another woman. Me, I just stare right back, assessing him as much as he's assessing me. Ew, she's so confident. What do you mean? I need to get some of this energy, period. Who do you think they'd cast? Like, the group chat that I'm in that's reading this, I joined another group chat with Fable. I like to join them when they're reading a book that I'm reading, because then it's like, oh, I can actually have a space to share my thoughts while I'm reading it. And like, they're sending in like lots of images of what they think the person's gonna look like. So you comment yours down below so I can have a look as well, because it's really fun. Excuse me. This says, okay, it says, she is a luminous with the skin the color of rich cocoa. Rich cocoa. That's dark brown. That's not dark brown. brown. I mean, it don't matter, but it does matter. I mean, brown, I don't know, brown is fine. I don't know why they did that. I don't know why. Let's just get back into here. Okay, I'm gonna stop at chapter 6. I'm going to work on my reading journal a little bit more. I've been doing this for the past like weeks now. I thought I was gonna drop this video for January, but I didn't realize how long it actually takes to create these spreads. Like, I'm giving you a little sneak preview right now. Like, I'm really proud of my series tracker. I think it's so cute. So I'm gonna do a little bit of this. I'm considering listening to this book on audio while I work on it, but I don't want to. I just feel like when it comes to like my highly anticipated reads, I never want to listen to them. I like to be invested in the characters, and I do that a lot more when I read it. Things hit harder when I read them physically, so I don't want to listen to this. So I'm probably gonna put on the Cruel Prince series and listen to that while I work on my audiobook. Well, audiobook? I'm waffling. I can't speak. Just cut the video. You know what I'm trying to tell you anyway. So girlies, got a lot of cleaning to do, and while I do that I need to listen to a book. But I'm also obviously filming this where I'm only reading romance books, so I need an audiobook, and the only one that I have that's available is Sweet Little Hearts by Sharon Williams. This is one of my anticipated reads, which I told you girlies about. I'm not sure if I should pick this one because I'm still reading Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan, and it's very emotional, very deep, and like I know it's gonna get really hard with her mom and the dementia. We haven't got to that part yet. And then Sweet Little Hearts was written by Sharon Williams, and her first book was again really deep. So that's the only one I got. I really wanted to end this vlog on Get a Life Chloe Brown or something happy, but I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do both of them. I'm hoping I don't put 2 depressing reads in the same row, but honestly if I listen to Sweet Little Hearts over audiobook, I think I still will have time to do Get a Life Chloe Brown, so we might be okay. So anyway, I'm gonna put that on now while I do some cleaning, and I'll keep you guys updated on my thoughts.
Author's note. Dear reader, seeing as Sweet Little Hearts is the title for this novel, I have to let you in on a little secret.
Okay, so we just listened to the author's note, and it's sounding long, let me tell you that much, okay? It's gonna be a difficult read. There's nothing wrong with the MMC. She says something like, the book's called Sweet Little Hearts, but the story ain't that sweet. So we don't have to worry about the male MMC. He seems fine, but there's like stories and things that are happening in the book that's going to be heavy to read, which is kind of stressful because I'm going to have 2 now, the dementia one and now whatever this book's going to entail. She does kind of say what it is, but I'm not going to tell you. Just in case you feel like trigger warnings or spoilers, but I'm letting you know, so maybe you need to check your trigger warnings. Yeah, it's going to be long. I'm relying a lot in Get a Life Chloe Brown to bring the mood up for the end of this video and myself. I'm worried that I'm putting too much pressure on her, but honestly, I have faith in her, but I'm worried. I don't know why I have so much faith. I've never read a single book. But anyway, I'm going to get back to cleaning now. I'm going to take this off too because I'm already hot and I haven't started. But anyway, bye. I don't know how I feel about the baby voice on the audiobook, but it's fine. I'll get used to it. Girlies, it's time to do some skincare, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on Sweet Little Heart so far. So I think I'm at like chapter 40. I'm realizing I haven't given you guys like a synopsis or an idea of what the book's about. So basically, it follows Javier and Octavia. So Javier is a basketball player, and his wife passes away, and he's basically left as like a single dad. He's very protective, and he needs a nanny because the scheduling is crazy. And his boy, which I can't remember his name, but the one from the first book, is like, hey, my fiance's sister is a nanny, do you want to connect? So obviously they connect, and that's how she gets the job working for him. It's Grumpy Sunshine, but I don't like to reduce it to that because I feel like there's just so much happening in there. I feel like Javier's not just a grump, okay? He has a valid reason. She's very bubbly, and I really liked Octavia's personality in the book. The voice actor does a really good job. The only thing was, I told you girlies, I can't stand the baby voice that she does. I did get over it. It just became like part of the book. Basically, there's a kid in the book and she'll like say, oh my god, oh baby, can I do this? Yeah, I don't like that. I got over it. And Javier, there was a scene literally that I almost cried. I'm not gonna lie, my eyes are watering for him. He just had like this mental, I can't even tell you what it was, but like something happened and it was just like, oh, by the way guys, I did my eyelashes. But anyway, let me focus. Yeah, it was just too sad of a moment in that book. Let me wash my face. It was so sad. The most important part of the book, and I'm joking when I say this by the way, was we had a fuck it scene. Oh my days, yeah, Javier. I love it when they're like, yeah, you know what? I'm giving into the desires. I don't care. There was a point where there's a quote. I can't remember the quote, and I don't have the Kindle next to me. But I think it was something like, oh, I don't remember. I'll put it on the screen. Something like, I will never apologize for wanting you to myself. Yeah, it was that. I think it was that. Okay, let me chill out. I'm eating it up. I love it so much. Trying to wash your face without getting your eyelashes. It's just so long. Girlies, another thing is the Spanish spicy talk is, I'm eating it up. Like, I didn't realize it was something that I needed in my life. but it is definitely unlocked. It was doing something. I'm exhausted now because I have been tidying all day. The meal prepping is done, the cleaning is done, everything is done but my hair. My hair's the only thing that's not done. I need to wash my hair, but Princess is already home, by the way. She's chilling in the bedroom. I'm gonna go read her book and then I'm gonna stay up and continue reading this book. Hopefully I can finish it all tonight and then I can give you guys the update in the morning. Now, my hair, I'm probably gonna have to just gonna put them in 2 little buns so that they're still a bit stretched so I can pull it back in the morning. Probably do like one of these. Oh, my shoulder. My shoulder is dead. I just do one of these. Like, I normally I can't find all my little hair bubbles. It's so dirty. I can't find all my little hair bubbles, so I'll do like a bun. Normally I'll just wrap the like 3 scrunchies on it so it's stretched and like on the top of my head, put a bonnet on it. So I'm gonna do the same to the other side and then we're gonna call it a night and then I'll continue reading. I might take you guys with me to read, but it depends if I can bother to set the camera up. If I don't, I'll continue. Sweet Little Hearts. Firstly, before I get into that, let me apologize if the lighting is ass. I'm trying to film in different rooms of the house. I just feel like I always film in the same spot and it's probably gonna get boring. So back to the book, Sweet Little Hearts. So as I said, I stayed up last night till like 2 a.m. reading this book. So I just did a little immersive read before bed and like this book is my favorite in the series, definitely. And I feel like the reason why it's my favorite, because the first one was really good, but the reason why this is my favorite is because I like the characters way more. Like Javier and what's her name, Octavia, I love them. I love the very protective single dad. I like when dads care as much as moms care, and you know what I mean by that. Like dads can be around but they're not always like, they're not locked in all the time. That's not every dad obviously, but most dads, you know what I'm saying, they're just about, and then moms, like you can say something to them and then next week something will be delivered, aka that parcel, aka the parcel, that big box there. I said something random to my mom and all of a sudden it was delivered to my house and I was like, oh wow. And she's like, yeah, well you were talking about this and I thought you might. They're just so sweet. Moms are the best. Dads are the best too. No offense. Why do I keep defending? You know, I feel so bad. I love my dad. I love him to bits. He's great. Anyway, yeah, like moms are great. Dads are great too. Love my dad to bits. But yeah, moms just are more on job. But like, what can I say? They're just on job, aren't they? They just seem to care a little bit more. And like, so I love when I find a male character in the book I love when I find male characters like this. And like, yeah, it's just really, I just love it. Anyway, I'm waffling so hard. Anyway, Octavia also, I loved her energy. She was really like bubbly and energized and I loved her. I love a fun character. Sometimes it can be a little bit like cringy, but at the same time, I really like when they're fun and they have personality. The voice actor did a good job in that sense. I'm not gonna lie though, there's parts of it where I think I've talked to you guys about already, where her voice acting was kind of taking me out of the story. First it was the baby voice, which I got used to that super fast, but then it was like when she tried to be like that crying voice when like, oh, something sad was happening, she's like, I really feel like that. Yeah, it didn't sound convincing, so then I kept getting pulled out the story at points like that. But I liked everything else about it, like her thoughts and stuff and how she'll say things. Like it was entertaining to listen to. What else did I want to say? I wrote down my notes somewhere. Oh yes, okay, I was gonna say, so in this book and in Can't Get Enough, I literally decided to sandwich 2 deep reads together, and they both, what I can say I love about both of them is how they can have the downtime, which is basically like the time they can weave in and out of like the depressive parts of the book but also give you some highs. Like I really appreciate when there's moments where they're just having a good time, where they're with their family and their friends, and like you get to know the characters, you get to know like their true personality when life is not beating them down, because I just feel like they're really important and it makes you appreciate the book. It makes, like, you don't want to be sad and depressed every second of the book. You want to be able to enjoy the characters, especially when they're like characters that you look forward to reading about. And then obviously you dig into their deep stuff as well, and that makes the whole book so much more powerful. It makes like the characters feel way more deeper. Like she did this really well in this book, and so is Kennedy Ryan doing it really well in the book that they obviously Can't Get Enough that I'm reading, which I'm going to go back to reading in a second. This kept making me think about Colin Hoover books. When I say her books are depressing just to be depressing sometimes, it's because of that. I don't think she has any high points. At least that's probably not true. That's probably not true, to be honest. But the last book I read, which was All Your Perfects, I can't remember there being like a happy moment in that book, like except for right at the beginning. And right at the beginning she found out her man was cheating, so that's not a spoiler, by the way. That's on the back of the book. It literally says right at the back, and it's within like the first 5 pages. And like there's a cute moment that happens right at the beginning, and that part sticks in my head because it was really, it was like a really good way to introduce the story. But everything else was downhill in that book. Like, it just depressing after depressing after depressing. And like, the only time you had good times when they were remembering good times is what I think. Anyway, I can't remember for sure, but that's that. Anyway, this is gonna be rated 4.5 stars for me. I loved it. I was going back and forth. I was like, is it a 4-star? But I was like, no, I had a really good time reading this. And amazing, loved it. Javier, my favorite, like one of my favorite, loved him to bits. I have predictions that the next book would be about that EJ and Javier's sister, which I can't remember her name for life of me. She seems like she'll be a vibe too. That is all. We have my iced coffee. I'm gonna can't get enough on here. I meal prepped all yesterday. So we got a overnight oats dish as well. So we're gonna eat that, drink coffee, read the next book. Now I gotta carry all of you guys back, all the drinks to this and then the laptop and everything, but let's go. Probably 2 more chapters and then the epilogue left, and I've got thoughts on this book so far. I am questioning whether or not it's gonna be a 5-star. I feel like I know it's 100% over 4 stars, but I don't know what I'm gonna rate it. Firstly, I've got an unpopular opinion. I feel like this book was slightly insta-lovey. Like, call me crazy, I feel like they literally, from the first day that they seen each other, they were like, I need this woman, I must have this woman. And like, but then at the same time, they bonded over something really deep. So maybe that's what pushed it. But then that makes me feel very, like, it was very trauma bondy, so I don't know. At the same time though, it feels very justifiable, because like, if you've gone through something or you're going through something that nobody else is going through and you don't feel like they fully get it, and you meet somebody who's like, yeah, I've been through that exact same situation, I understand you to a T, like, you might really bond with them heavily. So maybe it's not insta-lovey. It feels a bit insta-lovey though, in my opinion, but I don't mind because the story obviously makes up for it a lot. There's been so many moments in here that my heart has just been like, okay, yeah, this is your man, get your man. But that being said, I also, hopefully this is not a spoiler, but I feel like this is kind of fucked up, to be honest. It feels wrong because I can witness the relationship between her and that mayor guy. I'm like, it makes sense, and like, you're not really doing anything wrong, really, but then it feels like she's doing everything wrong. But so I get why people were annoyed by how messy it is. I kind of want to go into more detail on my thoughts on this book, but I also don't want to like spoil the story, so I can't say anything else other than that. But I definitely feel like it's above a 4-star. I feel like it should be a 5-star because the themes that are discussed in this book, it talks a lot about Black women in business, problems that we face and stuff like that. Like, there's just a lot of themes in here that make you think and open your mind. Like, just dementia itself, having a family member with dementia by just alone is a whole topic in itself. Like, I always say Kennedy Ryan packs her books. They always make you think a little bit, and so I'm gonna get back into this. I'm gonna put the audiobook on while I read for the last few chapters because I am worried for time. I need this video out. I am behind. I don't know if we're going to be able to get a life Chloe Brown, which is kind of making me sad because I don't want to rush into that book, because that's a goal that I've set, and it's to not jump into the next book straight away. It's to sit and soak, and considering how many things are being discussed in this book, I don't want to just jump to the next book and forget about it. So I do want to take some time to think and journal and, you know, remember the points of these books that hit me. And I'm really annoyed because I didn't tab a single page, but there's pages that I want to go back to. For example, the hospital scene, that was so cute. Okay, the hospital scene had me. I love the little wagwan thing, and there's lots of little parts in this book that literally just melt in my heart at the same time. So we're gonna finish off this one, chapter 51. We're gonna sit right here, I'm gonna get comfy, then I'll wrap it all up for you and share my thoughts later. This is so sweet. I can't, oh my goodness, no. Ryan went off in the author's note. The whole book is 5 stars. I'm definitely giving it 5 stars. I enjoyed this so much. I enjoyed everything about it. It's such important points she's hit. But I have a pet peeve, which just sounds like such negative Nancy. But why did you put the playlist in the back of the book? I didn't even see this. And they got a brownie batter recipe in the back. That's really fun. Hash brown casserole, sweet potato, bean pecan recipe. Ah! Yo, there's a bunch of recipes in the back of this book. Oh my goodness, I'm rereading this whole series. I don't know when I'm gonna get time to do these things, but I want to reread the whole thing again. Soledad, I kind of forgot what she's like, to be honest, because I read that book first. It was the second book I read when I got back into reading, and I rated it low, but I feel like I have to reread it now that my brain has developed. And I feel like I will appreciate it so much more now. I forgot to tell you guys, yeah, when Josiah gets mentioned in this book, my heart fluttered. The one from Before I Let Go, like, I am obsessed with that man. He's one of my favorite men in romance books. I just love, I've told you, I'm weak for a guy that's just like a really good dad. I can't help it. It's just my weakness in it. Wait, no, listen, it's not my weakness to the point where I would like steal somebody's man, but like, I just love it. Like, I just love to see it in it. I can't wait for this to turn into, whether it's a movie or series. I feel like it'll be a series, but I can't wait for it. I want to watch it immediately, like right now. Just in case we don't get around to Get a Life Chloe Brown, I'm gonna wrap the video up now. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope I dropped this on Valentine's Day. I hope you found some next reads, some black romance reads for you to get into. I've literally found so many of my favorites in this vlog. I'm sad for the ones I didn't get to. I can't wait to get to them. If you guys want me to do this again with the other books that didn't get read in this video, then let me know. If you got any that you want me to read in the next video like this, then comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. If you got to this point, comment this emoji. Is there a bonnet emoji? Because I look back at the footage and I'm wearing a bonnet so many times in this video, but it's because I literally read at bedtime. If you did get to that point, then comment here. If I can't find a bonnet, I'll put something else there, maybe a hat or something. Bye girlies, thanks for watching.